This week in art, we're going to be creating a textured landscape. We're going to use line, shape, and color to create textures. I've already practiced creating some textures on this worksheet by using line and shape, and now I'm ready to start my landscape. Here's an example of a landscape that's already done. Now yours doesn't have to look like this, but you do need to have several large sections for creating texture in it. So this one is the desert. It's at night, but yours doesn't have to be like that. I'm going to draw a different example so you can see that you can change it. You are the artist, so the location of your landscape is up to you. I'm using markers. You can either use marker or crayon. I'm going to start by making a couple of sections down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put in a house on this one. You don't have to include a house or a building, but if you do, make sure that it is large enough that you're going to be able to put some texture inside of it. So here I've got the front door. Okay. And there's going to be like a big hedge here, and I'm going to put in a different kind of tree. This one has some nice big sections to it. Okay, I'm going to put in another line here, and I think I'll put in a big hill in the background. So now I have several large areas that I can put my texture in. There's different ways to do this. So maybe in my tree, I'm going to create some textures with lines. I want to make sure that I fill the whole area in. So here I've got some spirals to create an interesting texture in my tree. Think about the different kinds of line you know and how you can use those to create different kinds of textures. I've got a bush here. I'm going to color this in with a light green. So this is going to be the background. And so then this way, I'm using color as well. So now this looks very smooth. Smooth is a texture, but that's not really the way I want my bush to look. I want it to look like it has some other kind of texture in it. I don't want it to look smooth. So I'm coming in now with a darker green. I'm going to maybe put some polka dots in it. I could do some different kinds of lines. That will be up to you, the textures you create. Your textures don't even have to be traditional textures or traditional colors. So maybe down here, I don't know if this is part of the grass, or maybe it's a road or a path. Maybe in here, I'm going to come in and do some different kinds of line. And I can create some cross hatching. If I want something to look like it's really bumpy or kind of rocky, maybe I'm going to come in and do some sort of free form shapes to maybe look like there's different kinds of stones. These are just some textures that you could create. Okay. Your job is to complete texture in each of these sections. Again, here's an example. And when your picture is completely covered in texture, I would love to see it. Please click on the green Add Response button and take a photo of your work to turn it in.